Welcome to the Southern Association of College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Lucy. I will be your facilitator this evening. Thank you for joining us. I just want to share a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many sessions happening throughout the spring recruitment, so register for any upcoming sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available about a week or so at the same website where you registered for this event. And before we get started, I'd also like to take a moment to thank our fair sponsor this evening, Cambridge Assessment International Education. And then I'm just going to share my screen and give you a little rundown of the colleges that you'll be hearing from tonight. We have Westminster College, Gettysburg College, Christopher Newport University, Elon University, Worcester Polytechnic Institute, and University of Mississippi. So first we will get started with Westminster College.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Let me just go ahead and share my screen real quick. Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Walter, and I'm an admissions counselor representing Westminster College in Salt Lake City, Utah. So just a little bit about Westminster. We are a 32-acre campus located in the heart of Salt Lake City's eclectic Sugar House neighborhood. And we're just 10 minutes from downtown, 30 minutes from 6 mountain resorts, and just a stone's throw away from a number of national parks. We have the benefits of a larger city, but trails 10 minutes from campus and 10 ski resorts within an hour's drive. So here are just some figures about Westminster. Westminster is a private, independent liberal arts college where students benefit from multidisciplinary learning in an atmosphere dedicated to civic engagement. So we are a liberal arts college, which means that you will be able to explore other interests and broaden your knowledge in areas beyond your major. We have a total enrollment of about just over 2,000 students as of the 2019-2020 school year. About half of our students come from out of state. And as a private school, we have the same tuition as well as generous scholarships and need-based aid for both in-state and out-of-state students. Westminster has a close-knit, supportive community and is a teaching first institution. So all of our professors are here because they love teaching and they truly care about the students. You won't be in a giant lecture hall of hundreds of students. The average class size here is about 15 students with a cap of about 25. And so because of that, you will have a closer relationship with your peers and with your professor. So a little bit about our academic offerings. We offer about 50 undergraduate programs and majors spread across 5 different schools as seen on your screen there. Some of our most popular majors are nursing, business, performing arts, biology, and outdoor education and leadership. And of course, we offer other offerings outside of those majors as well. So just a little bit about our athletics. Westminster College Athletics is a member of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference and NCAA Division II school, and we are home to about 15 NCAA Division II sports teams, some of which are also listed on your screen there. Okay, so here's a little bit about some of our academic programs. If you're a first generation college student, we have programs geared towards you and your success, such as the Legacy Program and McNair Scholars. For students interested in research, Westminster offers incredible undergraduate opportunities. About 85% of our students participate in internships or research by the time they graduate. And if you have any questions about the rest of the programs listed here on your screen, our contact information will be on the last slide, so feel free to reach out and contact us anytime. Okay, so a little bit about residence and student life. Westminster, we have a 2-year housing requirement for all incoming first-year freshmen. So why the requirement? It's really important for us to build a community for all of our students to feel a sense of belonging once they're here on campus. And studies have shown that students who live on campus are more likely to succeed in college. And the success could mean building your social networks, finding community, or just having the motivation to show up to class and other events because of the close proximity. Westminster also offers the opportunity to become involved in one of over 40 student-led clubs and organizations. And a comprehensive list of all of those clubs are available on our Associated Students website. And if in case none of those clubs are in your interest, you are also more than welcome to start a club of your own. So here's just a list of our student support services. Here at Westminster, we deeply care about our students' success and well-being and offer a wide variety of student support services. With respect to time, I'm not going to go over all of these services, but if you would just take a look at this list, and if you have any questions about any of them, like I said, our contact information will be made available to you, and so we invite you to contact us with any questions that you might have. All right, so big question is paying for college. There are a number of ways a student can receive aid at Westminster. All students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships when they apply. And there are also need-based grants and talent-based scholarships also available to our students. All right, now applying to Westminster. So we are test optional and we have a free application, and there are two ways to apply. One is just right on our website and the other one is through the Common App. We don't prioritize one over the other. Whichever is more convenient for you, we'll consider it all, no matter what you choose. All right, and so I know that was a lot of information in such a condensed amount of time, but I thank you so much for your time. Like I said, our contact information is there on your screen, so feel free to reach out to either me or any of our wonderful admissions counselors at any time, and we're all here to support you and look forward to connecting with you.
Great, thank you. Next, we will hear from Gettysburg College.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So I'm Maddie Brown, and yes, I am an assistant director of admission at Gettysburg College, but also a proud 2017 alum of the college. So what is Gettysburg? We are a small to medium-sized liberal arts and sciences institution in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the historic Gettysburg, PA, and you can see it on the map there. So we're about 2,600 students, fully residential campus, which means you are guaranteed housing on campus all 4 years, and about 95% of our students will live on campus all 4 years. Some statistics you see here. We also, like Westminster, have very small class sizes, no lecture halls here at Gettysburg. I myself has been in a class with just 8 students, and our cap would be about 35 students. Other numbers, you will get a job upon graduating. 98% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 1 year of leaving Gettysburg, and 80% complete at least one internship before leaving. So let's hone in on the location just a little bit more. We are currently open for on-campus tours. If you're looking to visit Gettysburg College, which I hope you do, we offer transportation to our students and prospective students 4 times a day, shuttles to Baltimore Airport and Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. The 4 cities you see here are very well connected to the Gettysburg network, and our alumni often find their first internships and jobs in these locations. So again, our campus is right in the historic Gettysburg, PA. We are 2 blocks from downtown Gettysburg, where you have boutiques, local coffee shops, authentic taverns from the 1800s. And then on the right side of this image, you see the National Military Park. So it's really a block away, just outside your doorstep as a student here at Gettysburg College. So yes, history is a popular major, but actually political science and economics and health sciences are also actually just as popular as history here. In the back of this image, you see our football stadium. That is one of 24 NCAA Division III sports programs. And we boast the only marching band in our athletic conference, which is the Centennial Conference. So what makes us unique to other small to medium-sized liberal arts colleges? Study abroad. 60% of our students will study abroad for at least a semester. All majors, any academic department can study abroad. And we have over 100 affiliated programs all over the world. Gettysburg College covers your round trip airfare, and the tuition is the same as if you were on campus. So you shouldn't pay a dime more out of pocket. So we have students that go twice abroad, a whole year. What else makes us unique is we have a whole conservatory of music. So if you're thinking of studying music, whether that's just a minor or a few classes, or a music education degree, music performance, or a Bachelor of Arts in History, we have it. 1 in 7 of our students on campus will get involved in the conservatory because you don't have to study music to be in an ensemble. So check all those out on our website. And thirdly, our Eisenhower Institute. This is a presidential legacy program, the only one of any undergrad institution in the nation. And we're lucky to have it led by the granddaughter of President Eisenhower. So these programs revolve the topics of politics, public policy, and leadership, and get you networking with the top politicians and lobbyists on the Hill today. So, hoping that you apply, what do we look for? On your transcript, we do want to see mostly, if not all, A's and B's in some rigorous courses, what your school does offer of those. We want to see the extracurricular activities on the application because we have over 800 events happening on campus and our student body is so engaged outside of the classroom. Letters of recommendation, we require 2, one from a counselor and one from a core teacher. The personal statement, that's the one college essay. We do not have any supplemental essays. We are and have been test optional since before the pandemic, about 10 years. And virtual visits and campus visits count. So please come visit us. Our deadlines are there for you. Early decision is binding, and then our regular decision in January. Gettysburg gives out tons of scholarships and financial aid. So visit our website if you're looking to apply for the Eisenhower or STEM scholarships, but all the other ones you are automatically considered for when you apply. We do require the FAFSA as well as the CSS profile for that need-based financial aid if you are pursuing that. And that's about it for the admissions. But again, I am here to help you. I am your regional representative for the Southeastern United States. So this is me, Maddie Brown, and please reach out, mmbrown@gettysburg.edu. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we will hear from Christopher Newport University.
All right, well, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to get my screen brought up. While I'm doing that, my name is Sasha Keurig. I am one of the assistant directors at Christopher Newport University, and I'm responsible for all of the out-of-state and international recruiting. So everyone coming from outside of Virginia comes through me. I encourage you to chat in your questions tonight. I'll be here to answer them along with my colleague, Kate Huck, who's answering on the back end. So jumping right into our university, Christopher Newport University is one of the public liberal arts and sciences universities in Virginia. We're located in Newport News. So that's about 2.5 hours south of Washington, D.C., depending on the traffic. We're located right in between Colonial Williamsburg and Virginia Beach, so coastal region, beautiful area. We have about 5,000 students on our 280-acre campus, beautiful residential area for you with tons of opportunities and programs happening on our campus. Jumping right into academics, we offer about 90 different programs for our students. Everything from business and engineering to the performing arts, philosophy, leadership, environmental studies, a huge range of programs available to you. Now, one of the great things to know about us is that our students don't officially declare a major until their second semester sophomore year. So if you're one of the many students out there who isn't sure what they want yet or is debating between programs, just know there's no pressure to know what you want right away. If you do know, that's fantastic. You're ahead of the game. And every student, when they enter our campus, will start with an academic advisor. That person's going to be there during your first 2 years to help sure you're making that transition into the collegiate academic environment successfully, but is also there to talk about your interests, your goals, what classes are you enjoying, and help you figure out what combination of programs is best for you. It's very common for our students to have double majors and double minors. And once you officially declare that major in your sophomore year, you'll then be assigned an advisor within that program. So somebody who's really an expert in your field that's able to help you make the most of your time on campus. Outside of that, one of the things that's important to us academically is making sure that you get a broad education through our liberal arts and sciences curriculum. This does not mean there are specific classes that you have to take, but there are broad requirements, not only to help expose you to a wide range of ideas and different subjects, but really to help you build foundational skills that will be applicable no matter what type of career you have in your lifetime. And as you progress further into your major, our professors will show you how to apply those skills and how they're most relevant to your chosen field. Now, our classes are pretty small because we are a smaller institution, although not as small as our previous two. But with about 5,000 students on campus, we want to make sure you're able to get to know your professors very well. About 60% of our classes have 19 or fewer students in them. And on the flip side of that, only about 3% of our classes will have 50 or more students in any given year, with the largest classroom holding 100 seats in it. So no massive lecture halls on our campus either. And at the end of the day, we really want to make sure that whether it's a freshman introductory class or a senior seminar, you're able to get to know your professors well. Getting to know students is one of the most important pieces of our professors' experiences. We want them to build relationships with you so that they're able to recommend additional classes, research or internship opportunities, or just be there for you since you're away from home and may need someone to talk to about whatever is going on in life. Thinking about life outside of the classroom, as I mentioned earlier, we are a residential campus. Most of our students do choose to live on campus all 4 years. It's required for 3 years, but optional for our seniors, and about half choose to stay on campus. Our residence halls themselves are incredible. Our freshmen and sophomores all live in suite style housing, so the 2 bedrooms connected by a bathroom. No hall bathrooms or communal bathrooms on our campus. Upperclassmen are typically in apartment style housing that can be anywhere from 2 to 6 bedrooms, private bedroom, private bathroom, fully furnished, full kitchen, washer and dryer in the unit. They are incredibly nice, and there's a reason that our students love being able to live on campus all 4 years. Now, outside of just having a beautiful place to live, we want to make sure that you're enjoying your life with us outside of the classroom. So we have over 200 clubs and organizations for you to choose from, everything from our competitive Division III athletics to a cappella groups, Greek life, marching band, academic clubs, a huge range of things available to you, simply giving you the opportunity to have some fun and meet some new people. But outside of that, we also want to make sure that you have ways to really enhance your education. And so doing things like research, internships, or study abroad is also a big piece of our community experience. Research is available starting your freshman year if you're interested. And because our campus is primarily undergraduate students, that means you have the opportunity to really dive into the research, work with faculty, and over your 4 years, produce work that may get you become a published author. You may get to travel and present at conferences, work that you can really take a lot of pride in. There are a ton of study abroad opportunities on our campus as well. Obviously, right now, things are a little bit different, but in the future, students in any major have the opportunity to have study abroad experiences. We have an incredible center for career planning that helps all of our students and our alumni with anything job related, including getting internships during their time with us. Now, one of the most important things to know about CNU is that we are an incredibly service-driven campus. Our president believes very strongly that we need to develop not only your mind intellectually, but develop your heart to have a passion for service and giving. And so you'll find a huge amount of opportunities to do volunteer work, give back to our local community, many of which can relate back to your academic programs. In general, we have a very sense of community on our campus, a sense of family, and we like to joke that we're a community of door holders, even in the sense that we'll physically hold that door open for you, hopefully not too long, but just making sure that you're able to feel supported on our campus. And as we like to say, lead a life of significance, or take your education and use that to do something bigger. Just to really quickly give you a couple of facts and figures about our application process. One of the most important things to know is that we have a holistic process, which means there are no minimums or cutoffs. We look through every piece of information that you provide to us to try and figure out if we think you'll be successful on our campus. We've been a test optional institution for almost a decade at this point, and we want to get to know you in the application process. We encourage interviews throughout the process, and we want to really have that opportunity to talk with you one-on-one. Just wrapping up, we are open for campus tours as well. So we'd love to have you come and visit our campus, but of course, plenty of virtual options as well. I look forward to connecting with you in the future. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Elon University.
Thank you. Okay, next we'll hear from Elon University.
Fantastic. And thank you, of course, for giving me and my colleague the platform to talk to you all today. We're really excited to be with you during this time. So, of course, as mentioned, we are Elon University. And first and foremost, I would like to virtually welcome you to the land that bears the most beautiful oak trees in the sky in which the phoenix continues to soar at our institution. I am Tristan Rainey, one of the assistant directors of admission. I cover the western part of North Carolina, Tennessee, as well as South Carolina.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Kimberly Romero. I currently serve as assistant director of diversity recruitment, and I cover the eastern half of North Carolina with Tristan. So as we get started, I ask you all to keep this acorn in the back of your mind. It is part of a very special tradition on our campus. Elon actually means oak in Hebrew, and this will all make sense in a little bit during our time together today.
But first, let's talk about our location. So we are located in the center of North Carolina between the Greensboro and the Raleigh-Durham area, as you can see. Now, with that being said, if you are coming from outside of the states, these locations do, of course, house major airports that will allow you to come to and from campus with ease, even with Elon providing transportation during peak seasons. Now, regardless of where you're coming from, I like to say that Elon has a melting pot of experiences and cultures on our campus. 80% of our students are coming from outside the state and really globally and nationally, with just over 6,000 students on our campus. So regardless of where you're from, we would absolutely love for you to visit our campus. We are doing campus tours. So hopefully if you ever find yourself in North Carolina, we are here to meet you.
Wonderful. And now we've got Elon by the numbers. Here at Elon, we really like the number 4, not only because our goal is for our students to finish their undergraduate career in 4 years, but also our 4 undergraduate schools, our School of Communication, School of Education, the College of Arts and Sciences, and our School of Business. The neat thing about being admitted into Elon is that you're actually admitted into all 4 of the schools. You don't have to find yourself applying individually to the School of Business or the School of Education. As a liberal arts institution, you're able to take classes across all 4 and figure out what that 1 major or 2 majors or even those minors might be that you want to include during your time at Elon. We have over 60 majors, and we have a world-renowned fine arts program that does require a separate application process and also an audition and pre-screen process for students wishing to pursue that major. Here at Elon, we also have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means that our students are really able to get that one-on-one mentorship from their professors. We cap all our classes at 33, so you won't find yourself in a large lecture style class where you get lost in a crowd. Our professors are truly evaluated on those one-on-one connections that they make with their students. 100% of our classes are taught by faculty, and we're really, really proud to be able to provide that for our students. And our average class size is 20. So again, there's an image showing you what your classroom could look like over at our School of Communication.
Yes, and the pictures that you just seen, a big theme that we absolutely love is really that experience-based learning, and that can happen in a plethora of different things. What you're about to see here are 5 experiences that we call kind of our cornerstones of the institution. That is study abroad opportunities in which we are nationally ranked. More so, we actually have been voted as the national model for our study abroad programming. We also have internships, research, service learning, and leadership. Now, these are cornerstones of our campus, but the key thing that makes us different than any other institution is that we do require our students to complete at least 2 of these opportunities. Now, this is vital, right? Not only are you going to be able to have smaller classroom sizes, stay engaged inside the classroom, but you're going to have intentional experiences that are really going to develop you as a holistic mind and a holistic person. Internships, research, service learning, leadership, and study abroad all have offices here that will allow you the opportunity to complete these with ease, honestly. Many of our students are completing 2, but even more completing 3, 4, even all 5 of these experiences across the board, which really shows you how competitive an Elon student is post-graduation and how prepared they are to step into the new chapter of their lives.
So here at Elon, we do have a little glimpse here at your student life. We have over 284 clubs and organizations. If you find that there is not one that is right for you, you are absolutely welcome to create your own. We do also enjoy a Division I athletic team here at Elon, over 17 teams playing in the Colonial Athletic Association, and we have over 15 dining halls and restaurants. And an extra perk here is that all our meal plans include unlimited swipes into our dining hall. So for those late night snacks, you are all covered under your meal plan.
And living is the next big thing, especially when talking to first-year students. What are the dormitories like and how is that experience? And our campus is no different. So we have 8 residential neighborhoods that all have different themes that make them unique and special to the students that are living there. Beyond that, we also have what we call living learning communities. And these are really unique opportunities for students that have particular interests or would like to further their education to other topics to stay and engage with students that are much like them. So say for instance, we have a sustainability and learning community, but we also have a sports management and media learning community. So no matter what your taste is and no matter what student you talk to, many of them love our residential life here on campus and are able to engage in that aspect as well.
Awesome. And here we'll share a little bit about our Elon community. You can see that our love for the Phoenix burns deep in our maroon and gold. So you can see a number of traditions here, one of our most notable being college coffee, which I encourage you all to Google search what that means for our campus, certainly a longstanding tradition.
And as Kimberly mentioned before, that acorn that you will receive upon graduation, you will turn that in and receive a tree sapling. And what that means is your growth and the ability for you to spread new roots in new areas of your life. So we just ask that you take a little bit of Elon with you as you continue to grow and continue to manifest into the next person you are meant to become.
And now some outcomes here at Elon. We have 95% of our students completing one of these 4 within 9 months of graduating, and even more impressive, 92% of them doing something directly related to their career objective. For the sake of time, we will go ahead and display here our tuition and some financial aid options, as well as merit scholarships that don't require an additional application. All students are automatically considered for these. And then our scholarship programs that do require an additional application process. We've got some important details to note there as well. Sorry, Tristan. These again are just some markers for you all to know, and we are very excited to be test optional. We've also got 3 ways that our students can apply. We are on the Common App, we've got our Elon application, and we are also part of the Coalition for College. With that being said, we'll go ahead and share our contact information here with you all. Feel free to follow us across our social media platforms for more information about Elon admissions.
Great, thank you so much. Next up, we'll hear from Worcester Polytechnic Institute.
Hello, everyone. And just to reiterate everything that's already been said, thank you so much for giving us part of your Thursday and joining us on these presentations. And with that, I'll get started. So my name is Vera Grech. I am part of the admissions team at WPI. We are just going to call it that from now on because it's much easier. One of my fabulous colleagues, Izzy, is also on the call to help with questions. Both of us help with the recruitment efforts for the Southern United States. So any questions you can ask either of us. To get started, a lot of the numbers. First, you may be thinking, what on earth is WPI? What do these words even mean? W is the location. We are in Worcester. It's the second largest city in New England after Boston. Providence, Rhode Island is number 3. So we're about an hour from Boston, about 3.5 hours from New York City. P, Polytechnic. What is Polytechnic? It's STEM. So we are a STEM university. We are STEM plus business. So science, technology, engineering, math. This is what our students are studying. And then institute is an antiquated way to say a university. So we have bachelor's plus graduates, so master's and PhD programs, including some combined programs as well. So 4 or 5-year BS/MS options. For our majors, there are a lot, about 12 in the engineering alone. Our most popular majors are mechanical engineering, computer science is number 2, biomedical engineering, and robotics engineering. We are actually the first in the United States to have robotics engineering as an undergraduate degree, and currently the only school in the United States to have robotics engineering at the bachelor's, master's, and PhD level. So we're about 4,500 at the undergrad level, 40% female, and about 2,000 at the graduate level. So to get started, there's a lot of quirks to WPI. We're going to kind of gloss over some of them quickly. They're kind of shown here through pictures. The first one is that instead of semesters, we have terms. So for 7 weeks, you take 3 classes instead of having 14 weeks of 5 or 6 classes. So it's fewer classes in a condensed amount of time, but it's the same amount of workload that would be in 7. You're just focusing on fewer things with breaks in between. The next of our little quirks is our grading policy. So we don't have pluses and minuses. So you either get an A, B, or C. And if you don't do well enough to earn a C, we don't give you a grade. It's called a no record. We want you to try new things. You know, if you're in aerospace and you want to try a business course, if you're in actuarial math and you want to try computational biology, go for it. There's no walls between our majors. Once you're in WPI, you're in. You're not stuck in the School of Engineering or the School of Life Sciences. You can really explore different things we have to offer. And then a flexible curriculum. Our hope is that no 2 students have the same 4 years by the time they graduate. So if your roommate's also in biomedical engineer and you are really interested in going into prosthetics and they're really interested in tissue generation, you should not be taking all the same 4 classes, all the same classes for the 4 years. So we really have flexible curriculum. So a lot of advisors are going to help you get to that final stage. And then the last thing that we're really well known for that I'll spend a little more time on is projects. So you've all heard project-based learning. We've been a project-based institution for over 50 years. This is how we run things. Our students take these classes and there's project components built into each one, but each year has a large-scale project built in. So these largest ones will happen in your junior and senior years, and they happen in 3 classes. So again, we have that weird calendar so that we can do this. So that means for 7 weeks, so the equivalent of 3 classes, you're going to any of these 50 locations around the world to work for a sponsor. So it seems like an internship for a government agency or a company or a nonprofit, but the work you do counts as 3 classes at WPI. So this is our version of study abroad. This isn't the summer, right? You're not giving up the internship or doing a project in a different country. This is built in. If you're an athlete, this will happen outside of your season, right? Because if you're a fall sport, there's time in the spring to do it. So it really is flexible for all of our students to do this, either in a kind of interdisciplinary model in your junior year or very specific to your specific major in your senior year. And we do give scholarship money to help students be able to afford these kinds of opportunities. They don't have to pay for the flights out of pocket. Of course, right now we're not doing them. We're working virtually with these same sponsors, but staying put where we are right now and staying safe. So our Career Development Center is well known. We're actually number 5 in the United States per the Princeton Review, because they are working tirelessly with our students from the moment they step on campus for the rest of their life. We have large-scale career fairs. Our students are getting internships, co-ops, full-time employment. Actually, for the class of 2019, we surveyed all of our graduates. Those graduates, we had about a 95% response rate to that survey, and about 94% of the respondents were either fully employed in something directly related to their major or doing a graduate program after graduating from WPI. So that's within 6 months with an average starting salary of $72,000 a year. And then in terms of campus life, we do live on campus in our first year. After that, it's your option whether you want to move off or stay on. On campus is a lively place. We have over 250 different clubs and organizations that you can choose from. Division III sports, musical, there is Greek life, there's cultural clubs, religious groups, community service groups. It is really a little bit of everything that you can think of. And then for the overview of how to apply, we are on the common application. As of this year, there is no application fee. And this was our 14th year test optional. So we were the first nationally recognized STEM university to be test optional 14 years ago. We have lots of different options. We have binding, we have non-binding. We have our last one is on Monday, that's February 15th, to apply for regular decision. So we are really a holistic review looking for students who are creative, who are collaborative, who are innovative. And then in terms of aid to apply, you have both the FAFSA and the CSS profile. And any extra questions beyond that, you can let us know. And my 6 minutes are up, so I will pass it along for the last one in this wild roller coaster.
Thanks so much. Okay, and then last to hear from is University of Mississippi.
Hi, everyone, and thank you all so much for being patient with us tonight. My name is Megan Thomas. I serve as the Assistant Director of Admissions with the University of Mississippi, affectionately known as Ole Miss. I'm so excited to be here tonight to share a little bit of information about the university that I hold very dear to my heart. The University of Mississippi is the second smallest school in the Southeastern Conference, and we are home to 22,000 total students, just shy of 17,000 undergraduates, and our students hail from all 50 states and 90 countries across the globe. The University of Mississippi is located in Oxford, Mississippi, which is the true definition of the quintessential small southern town. Oxford is located about an hour southeast of Memphis, Tennessee, just to put things into perspective for you, so North Mississippi. And when you are downtown Oxford on our square, you are always a stone's throw from an artist, a musician, an author, or even the most delicious food in the Southeastern United States. Oxford's home to approximately 20,000 residents. So as you can see, when school is in session, our city nearly doubles in size, which is nice because you really are able to get the best of both worlds. It's truly hard to distinguish where Ole Miss stops and Oxford begins. You cannot have one without the other, and it's the best combination for our university. To provide some quick facts and highlights about Ole Miss, we truly are able to offer you the best of both worlds, as I just mentioned, both within the Oxford city limits and on our beautiful campus, with one of the most diverse student populations in the Southeastern Conference. We're also home to over 100 programs of study, over 400 student organizations, SEC athletics, and we're also recognized as a Carnegie R1 research institution with one of the highest levels of research in the country. But on the flip side, we are able to offer you many of the benefits that you'd also find at a smaller institution as well. So in terms of class sizes and student to faculty ratio, our class sizes average around 34 students with a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio. I always love to highlight this specific statistics. 90% of our classes on campus have 50 students or less, and only 2% of our classes have 100 or more students. So even being at that SEC institution, we are truly going to be able to offer you that personalized academic experience where you can get to know your professors, but also get to know your classmates and meet and make friends with them. Our average ACT hovers around a 25 with a 3.6 GPA, and we also boast Mississippi's highest retention and graduation rates. We've recently set a university record of an 86% retention rate from freshman to sophomore year. So we're very excited that our students love calling Ole Miss home. And lastly, U.S. News and World Report has recognized us as a top 100 public university in the country. To highlight a few of our academic programs, as I mentioned a moment ago, we do have over 100 different programs of study on our campus. We do offer nationally ranked programs in accountancy, business, pharmacy, and education. Highlighting a few more of our programs, we're also home to Mississippi's oldest engineering school, which houses the #1 electrical engineering program in the state. And additionally, we also have Mississippi's only public law school, as well as the state's only medical, dental, PT, and OT programs that are housed at the University of Mississippi Medical Center, which is Mississippi's only academic teaching hospital. In addition to all of those wonderful academic programs, we are home to a few special programs for high achieving students with very specialized interests. So these would be the Sally McDonald Barksdale Honors College, the Croft Institute for International Studies, even federally funded Arabic and Chinese language flagship programs, among others. In addition to academics, student life is robust on the campus of the University of Mississippi. We are truly home to one of the most active student bodies in the SEC. As I mentioned earlier, we have over 400 student organizations ranging from a wide variety, Greek life, student government, campus ministries, in addition to academics and honor societies. Ole Miss is also home to strong traditions, whether that be tailgating in the Grove, which is our 10-acre area of campus located right in the center of Ole Miss, or also our Hotty Toddy chant that you can hear on campus at an athletic event or even across the country in an airport. When you see an Ole Miss t-shirt, you can shout Hotty Toddy as a greeting instead of that traditional hello. In terms of financial aid and scholarships at the university, there really is 3 facets to make sure that you are going to be meeting and receiving the most robust scholarship offer. We are ranked as a top 50 best value school, and we do encourage our students to submit the FAFSA as well as our competitive scholarship application. Our final deadline for our scholarship application is Monday, February the 15th. So it is not too late for current seniors to apply for those scholarships. We do have automatic scholarships that for non-resident students start at a 25 on the ACT or the SAT equivalent with a 3.0 GPA. And for Mississippi residents, those automatic scholarships start at a 23 on the ACT or SAT equivalent with a 3.0 GPA. And just to put things into perspective for you, our cost of attendance for non-resident students is just over $35,000 per year, tuition, housing, and a meal plan included. I do like to highlight a few of the next steps in the admissions and enrollment process. Students can apply via our institutional application or the common application, and we do admit on a rolling basis, though the earlier you apply, the better. We have instituted a test optional admissions policy for fall of 2021, though we do strongly encourage you to submit your test scores for scholarship purposes. And once students are admitted, you may continue to move through the process in terms of applying for housing, in addition to an orientation session this summer to schedule your fall classes. We definitely encourage you to reach out to us if you have any questions about the University of Mississippi. Our contact information is on the screen, and on our admissions website, you will definitely find information about how you can schedule a campus visit. We always tell people, if you don't want to go to Ole Miss and you don't want to fall in love with Ole Miss, don't come for a visit, because that's exactly what will happen when you are on our campus. We are offering both in-person and virtual campus visit options, so you are able to pick your preference. We don't win many national championships in athletics, but I assure you we do win the national championships in campus beauty. So I encourage you to please come see what we're all about. Hotty toddy.
Great, thank you so much. And with that, I will just say thank you for joining us this evening. When you do close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just many sessions for the spring semester, so please feel free to come back and join us at another time. In about a week, you will find this session's recording as well as others that have happened tonight. So I thank you. Good luck with applications and good luck to any application readers, and have a great evening. Thank you.